My name is Ingo Hörlein. I'm science counselor at the German Embassy, and I'm very happy that so many people are interested to learn more about the German innovation system. I have 7 minutes. I hope I can explain it in 7 minutes. It took me more than 7 years to understand it, so it's a highly condensed view. As I'm coming from the German Embassy and I'm originally from the German Federal Ministry of Research Education, you will receive a governmental view on the innovation system. So this chart is the wisdom condensed in one slide. You see the governance, financial money flow system inside the German innovation system. So you have the different layers. Of course, you have the European Union, European Commission with additional funds, but I want to look at the inside German view. So you have the federal government, and then in Germany you have the states. There are, for example, Bavaria and all different states have also competencies and money for research and innovation. And then, of course, there's the industry. As the main actors in this play, you have the big major research organizations. You may have heard of Fraunhofer or Max Planck or Helmholtz Association, Leibniz Association. They receive funding from federal side and also from the state side. This is kind of the German principle of having a consensus between the states and the federal government in order that everyone agrees to a certain agenda. So this you see in this governing board as all these organizations. You see representatives of the respective länder where the institute has its main site, and of the federal government. Most often is the Federal Ministry of Research and Education. So there's no competence on the federal side for education. The universities are solely financed by the states, but there are exceptions to it. There's project funding also going from the federal government for research at universities. But in general, the institutions of higher education the basic funding they receive from the federal states. The federal states also have their own research institutes. For example, there are like small specific research institutes in Baden-Württemberg, for instance, for material science or electronics, which are serving the local industry. So this is also happening, and then you have academies. So in this concert of players, you have to come up with some kind of alignment in a political way. So, and this is what I'm trying to explain on the next slide. There's a certain ideas of alignment in policy making in Germany, and we use the so-called pact model. It's an agreement between all stakeholders which are like involved in the agenda setting and in the whole process of financing and executing the research. So that means it's a pact between the federal government, the Länder government, and the research organizations also have to agree to that. There's a pact for research and innovation, which includes the allocation of funds in the university research organizations. There's an excellence initiative, which is basically additional money coming from the federal government to support research on in the universities. And then there's the education pact, which is strengthening the universities in general. The overall framework, the priority areas are described in the innovation, in the high-tech strategy, which describes the core fields where Germany wants to innovate in the future. So this is the budget from the federal side. I skip this. The key players are these four research organizations: Helmholtz Association, Max Planck, Fraunhofer, Leibniz. They all have their unique selling position. Fraunhofer is also active here in Japan with a representative office. They make more than 10 million euro here, industry money. They have to finance themselves with a huge share of industry money. So they have to, 1/3 of their budget is actually coming from the industry. So the other institutions are basically institutionalized, funded by the federal government. So these are the bullet points of this high-tech strategy. I just go on the top level: digital economy and society, sustainable economy and energy, innovative world and of work, healthy living, intelligent mobility, civil security. Internationalization is also a key paradigm in German innovation policies. We have also internationalization strategy. Only to give you some numbers, the total amount of international projects in the year 2013, unfortunately I don't have new numbers, is 246 million euros of money which is flowing into international cooperation projects. So that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being really that good in condensing everything. Really appreciate it.